Hi guys, it's a girl Sherrie back at it with another video. I don't know why I'm doing all of this, because I think this is my fourth take or fifth take. I have no idea. So today what we're going to talk about, and thank you for watching my last videos. If you are not subscribed yet, subscribe, because the amount of views I have is not meeting with the subscriptions. Come on guys, you need to subscribe so I can tell you more stories. And yes, the dating diaries will continue, and then I will, if it's God's will that I get married, then I'll have the marriage diaries also on here. And I also will start a vlogging channel, and I will give it in the link in the link after. So you guys, you need to wish me happy birthday. Yay! Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Sherrie. Happy birthday to me. Mind you, if you were watching my snap, my sister-in-law did do a dance for me. My brother and his wife did take me out for a meal. Mind you, I had a shitty day. It was whack. But it's neither here or there. I am here to give you more videos. So I was not feeling vloggy or feeling recordy, but today is a special day because I thought, why not? Why the hell not? If I follow how I feel, when will that feeling end? So I've jotted down a few questions on sex, how to do everything. So this is a diary on sex, how to do everything, and also being safe. So I'm going to give you 8 questions, random questions. Probably when I'm saying them out loud, it's going to come across strange. I think it will. Yeah, it will. But anyway, so about 7 questions or 7 to do. And then we are going to go through this and we shall prosper. So we're going to do this. So the first, a disclaimer: if you're under the age of 16, I am going to say, do take this advice seriously. And mind you, this is a PG video, so I'm not going to be inappropriate. I'm not going to talk about sexual experiences, none of that. So it's just going to be basically a safe space where you all can discuss in the community section below and give each other advice. And if you're going to be inappropriate, I will, you know the drill. You know my tea. Anyway, so let's get straight into the video. So I'm gonna start with, what do I think about when I think about sex? What do you think about? What do I think about? So in relation to me, since we can't have an interaction, and you can do on the comment section below, you can say on answer 1, this is what I think about. So what do I think about when I think about sex? What do I think about? I think about commitment. I think about love. I think about passion. And I think of it as an expression of an affection. And in as much as it's not an expression of love, it's an expression of sexual attraction. So in saying that, I'm saying that this thing where you have sex buddies that you claim that you're not sexually attracted to is really foul. For you to have the best sexual experience, you actually have to have some feeling towards that person. It can't just be friendship. It has to be more than friendship. You have to be able to induce, as a woman, because I can only speak on a woman's page, woman's experience. My experience is, let's say, you need to excite my mind. That's me personally. You need to intrigue my interest, that my body has to respond mentally to what the intention is. And you, as a, what they call them now, friends with benefits, sex buddies, if I am not emotionally connected to you in that manner, the chances are I'm going to be celibate. So the chances are, most times I am celibate. I do date often, but there is no sex involved because I need the attraction. I need I need excitement, I need consistency. So that's how I know I'm going to be a wife. So this is what I think about sex. I think about connection, um, affection, attention, and being wooed. So I like flowers, I like sweets, I like chocolates, and I like simple things like you go into the store and then you're getting something and then you bring me something, one of my favorite things, without me asking. I like gifts, and I like you to know that you're thinking about me. I like a message saying, letting me know that you're thinking about me, not that I'm guessing. And I want you to verbally tell me you are into me, not that I'm guessing, but I want you to see that you're into me, but I want to hear it as well. So this is what I think about when I think about sex. I think it's as the end goal of all the affection that I feel exploded. Mind you, I felt about other people. I felt I was in relationships with other people, like this African Zimbabwean guy. Um, I really liked him, but he was not my kind of guy. He was light skinned and all that stuff. But I liked him as a person, but he didn't do none of the above. So sometimes it can be strange. I don't know whether he met me or he was my emotional rebound. I don't know, or he was there. Maybe that's what it was, but it was not. He didn't do what he needed to do to deserve my affection, basically. So yeah, that's why that's history. So question number 2. What is sex really? Sex is, what can I say? What is it? It is an emotion. It's an explosion of love, affection, intimacy. It's like, throughout the day, it's a run up, it's a run up on what you are about to do. So basically, you excite my mind. So whether you're telling me, oh, baby, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'll do this, and I'll do this. And when it then happens, it's like all those emotions exploding and coming into a moment. So that's what it is to me, anyway. So it's an explosion of affection and all those feelings. And that's why the most vicious crimes are sexually related, because of the emotions and feelings it arises in you. So this is why I advise that you shouldn't have sex, and you should not have sex under the age of 18, because in as much as you're premature and your maturity cannot, that's why there's so much hate and so much toxicity, because in these youth of today, no offense, you're so emotional. And that's because you start doing the sex early. With me and my siblings call it the sex, because when you say the sex it changes the narrative. It stops being sexual. It's like the sex, so it's there, the sex. So you remove yourself. Therefore, as siblings, we can have a conversation. We can have a conversation about it. My sister-in-law is in this as well. The sex is called the sex, guys. Yeah, so basically this is why I believe that you should wait until you have grown, until you know yourself, whether you're a girl or a boy. You know yourself, you figured out who you are before you become sexual. And self-service is a beautiful thing, so you can do that whilst you figure yourself out. Anyway, so that's that. So what, question number 3, what do I think about when boosting my sexual experience and intimacy? So when I'm thinking about that, so I have a little bag. Oh my god, my mom's gonna see this. I have a little bag of goodies. Good. From Ann Summers. So I find that a store, unlike online, is better, because you go in there. Most of the Ann Summers salespeople are very informed. They're very aware, and you don't have to have multiple sexual partners to figure out what you like. And also, I'm also going to have a disclaimer: don't overly use tools on yourself, because that then numbs you on connection with a human and also numbs you, although they satisfy you completely to the point where you are left not lacking, but you lose the intimacy, you lose the connection, or the need to have a human connection. It's very strange I'm saying this, but it's real talk. Excuse me. So what do I do to increase my intimacy? Well, personally, for the guys, I always advise they get one of these. So this is for relationships only. So if you are in relationships and I need to find something small. If you are in relationships and or are looking to increase your intimacy and all that, I talk openly before I get in a relationship. I always talk about what I like and what I don't like. I do not like bondage. However, I like dressing up. I like fantasy. I like dressing up. I like imagination and exciting his mind, exciting my own imagination. I like all of that. And I think I like personally, I like doing things to see world. I like dressing up, and I like being with someone who allows me, who gives me opportunities that I can dress up, and then we do it exaggerately. Mind you, that's why I put on weight, because I'm not doing I'm not doing the sex or anything like like that. So I digress. So anyway, so to increase my, if I am with my partner, I do believe that girls, you need to invest in one of these. This is a ring. This is a ring vibrator. It can stretch, so it goes onto your men's hoo-ha. So I'm gonna use this. So it goes around on your partner's hoo-ha, and then you turn it on. It's a vibrating sensation. So mind you, it's sitting on the sack, so it's stimulating, and then it's vibrating against the. I had to find the most decent thing that I own concerning. Yeah. Anyway, so this changes your intimacy. This is basic. This is something you can find from Ann Summers. I can't remember how much it is, but this is really good. Really, really good. And when you're cleaning it, it's an easy clean. Most Ann Summers products are very easy clean, so this is why I advise you go there. So you take it off and then you wash it. I usually suggest that people use Fairy Liquid to wash this, so that it's quickly clean, because Fairy Liquid removes. It's also safe because it's it PG, or there is this product it's child friendly basically, or obviously for pH, but make sure you rinse it properly because it's going down below. But however, this is it. So for the man, I always suggest that you can add this simple tool and put it on there. And mind you, all these products are very affordable, so you can do this. It's an investment that you can keep, so that you're not always selfish. You're not always thinking about adding people to your relationship and increasing your intimacy. You can add into your relationship by yourself. And for yourself, I believe in this. This is amazing. This is a must-have for all the ladies. This is a must-have. Again, an Ann Summers product. So it's got different settings. It's got different settings. I'll talk about all my tools, and if you're interested, write it in the comment section below, so I'll go through all these in more detail in the future. And I don't believe in adding sexual partners older. I believe when you're 18 and above, you start to experiment more, because although you're figuring yourself out, you need to start on the contraception wagon, and you need to understand the diseases and the viruses that are around your sexual experience. So all of that's question number 3 done. So what do I think about when it comes to sex with my partner? Okay, this is why I think this is one of the very important questions. I think that, remember, I'm saying I think these are my opinions. Don't put this on me. I think that with your partner, you always have to be sexually compatible, in as much as most Christians and religious people, Islam, whether it's Islam, whether it's Sikhism, whatever, your sexuality matters. What you're interested in, what you're curious about, you need sexual compatibility. Why am I saying sexual compatibility? People say, oh no, it's not that important about sex, is not that important. It is, because most affairs, most relationships, it's not emotional relationships that really break down marriages, is or break down relationships. It's intimacy, the lack of intimacy, the lack of sex, sometimes it's because you're not connected. Because I remember I was with one of my exes very long time, and mind you, he was my best friend. Oh, we would do it all the time, although he was cheating. I think it was not about that, because when I spoke about that, even to this day it affects me, because I lost my best friend, and then I lost the love of my life. So it's sad, and once trust is broken, it's broken. And sex is mainly the biggest point. I don't believe, imagine if I get, use your imagination for a second. Mind you, I'm not into this. Imagine if I get married to someone who is into threesomes and all of that, and I'm not into women. Generally, no thank you. I'm not sexually attracted. I think women are beautiful. I like, even when I'm going to a strip club, I'm watching women. But I'm getting pointers. I'm thinking, oh yeah, I can do that. I can try and do that. Even now that I'm bigger, I feel that I need to be more, I need to be to be flexible more. But that's because this is all a phase. It's gonna end soon, because I'm gonna start working out soon. And if you're following me on my Snapchat, you would know I've already started working out. So it's I'm on a mission to get my body back. My arms though, they are not moving. They are not moving. They're getting big. They're solid. But anyways, now I digress. I digress. So anyways, all to say is that you need to be compatible with your sexual partners. This is why it's important to have a conversation. Before you hit in the sack, you need to know what his comfortability is, whether he likes missionary only, every other position is he finds disgusting or heathen. So why you get married to a person like that? You want someone who's open-minded, who's open to the things that you're open to, or who allows you to explore the things that you're open, who allows you to be comfortable to be who you are. Because what tends to happen, I don't know why I speak so fast, what tends to happen is that because something is lacking in your relationship, you step out. So when in my relationship, I always make a point, we talk about sex, we before we do the sex, we excite our mind, stimulate. I want to see if it stimulates my mind, and we talk about the things that we like and we don't like, and those boundaries to be met. And if he's curious about that, I always believe that they should go and experiment and find if that's what they're all about, and then leave you the hell alone. Because I'll never be interested in vagina. No, I like penis, unless you're telling me there's two penises and they're twins and they look exactly the same and they're all into me and they're not sharing me and it's all about me. Then maybe we've got a deal right there. But I can't be competing with someone with the same bits as me and a yawny like me. Come on now. What am I gonna do with that? I know how I like it, but I no, yeah. Anyway, I digress. I'll leave that alone. But all I'm saying, that be confident. So what to do is talk about everything. Be comfortable. If you are not comfortable talking about sex, which is the most important part of this relationship, before you're married, before you're in a relationship, however you're going to get to the sex, prior to that, if you're unable to talk about it, he's not the right person for you. Because you should be with someone who you are able to be free with, able to talk about your insecurities, your curiosities. Yes, you might not want to step over, but then in case he's curious too, you can fill out on the curiosity together as a union, as a team. I don't know why I was looking up, sorry guys, but yeah, It's neither here or there. So yeah. And so another question to ask yourself is, when I have sex, I feel. What do you feel when you have sex? How are you feeling? Are you feeling safe? Are you feeling connected? Are you feeling bored? All these questions are very important, because when you do have the connection, you want to build on the connection. It shouldn't die, because yes, things might become busy. You might have it more now, but more later. But that intimacy, the connection, intimacy is more than sex. Is the intimacy, is the connection, is the sleeping in bed together, is the knowing that I got you. Is the security, emotional security that you're trying to assure without saying to the other part, to your partner. So when you do have the sex, how do you feel? Unattractive? Are you feeling like, oh, hurry up, let's do this and get over with? All these things matter. So you need to openly address yourself. Am I doing this because I love this person? Am I doing this because I'm showing the affection I feel inside to this person? Because that's solely what you should be doing. You should show them that you want them in you and they want to be part of you, because that's what's going on right now. The biggest obstacle in my life when it comes to sex is this: I'm not open to sharing my man. No, I'm not. This is why I can't get married to a Muslim man, because I'm very selfish. What's mine is mine. I don't want to share my man. I don't want to share what's mine. I want what's mine to be mine. Mind you, saying that, there's a lot of people that have a lot to say about your relationships, but that's my biggest obstacle. I cannot share my man. And whether you call that an obstacle or not, but no. So this is why I've got so many exes. And if I feel that I'm not safe, I'm not emotionally safe in this relationship, I jump ship. I'm being honest. If I'm unsafe, I'm not safe. Why am I staying in a situation where I'm not safe? It does not make sense to me. I'll just skedaddle. Goodbye. Au revoir. Arrivederci. Ciao bella. Bye bye. That's me. And not to say that it won't work for you. It probably will, but not for me. I cannot share my man. That's my biggest obstacle. And so, as I was saying, so I'm gonna say this is a seventh question. I'm going to say, can you bring up the subject of sex in your relationship comfortably? Which I also said prior, but this is a question on itself. That can you actually sit there and say, oh, sex, how to do it is I like it, this is how I like it. Can you start the conversation up? It's very important. And like I already said, that you need to be best friends. You need to be able to comfortably not say, oh, as if you're talking to your mom, like, mom, let's talk about sex, baby. No. Because even now, listen, I would not be fat if I was doing the sex, mate. Real talk. I'm not doing it as much. That's why I talk about it. But it's neither here or there. So, all to be respectful is to say, you need to have these conversations comfortably with your partner, with no judgment, so that you're able to talk about everything. Because if you are not able to talk about everything, the problem then lies that you're probably not compatible, because you need to speak more to your partner, because this is the person you're going through this with. And just a random point, outside all of that, do not tell your friends about what your man is not doing. Have that conversation with your man. Do not tell your friends about what he's doing. That's amazing, because they want a bit of that. So all to say, keep your relationship in your relationship. But if it's finished and you don't intend, like myself, to go back there again, you can openly tell your friends, okay, so this did not work out with this person, but this was great. And if your friend is gonna go there, don't be upset, because you've opened your mouth and exposed how great your life is. Nobody ever likes how great, come on, even you, what you're watching on TV is drama. It's not how great the life is. Do you see what I mean? So all to say is that keep certain things in your relationship as long as you're in the relationship. But if it's abuse and non-consensual, that's something that you have to think about. So this is okay, so I'm gonna say the advice of all this. The main point I am going to bring home is consent. Every time us consent, whether you're in a relationship or, and I remember my ex-boyfriend, who was my best friend, always asked for consent every time. Even if you're sleeping, he's like, yeah, you want to do you want to get on, baby. He would always ask, because these days young men and young girls, there's a lot of accusations of, oh, they didn't consent. There's a lot of rape allegations, and there is a lot of victims, yes, but in as much as there's also some victims that are not supposed to be victims, because they didn't ask. Always seek consent, whether it's your wife, whether it's your girlfriend, whether you feel you're entitled. You're not entitled. That's her body, that's his body. Always ask, baby, do you want it? However you ask it, you need to ask the question, do you want this? Can I do this? And can I also do this? However you're gonna ask, however you're gonna suss it up, but ask the question and let consent be given. And as long as the person gives consent, in the future there won't be issues of saying, oh yes, she said yes and then she said no. Listen, pay attention. That's why, in as much as people talk about how exciting drugs are, I say no to drugs, because this is where the lines blur. Maybe you said yes and then you thought you said no, but your mouth didn't say no, and then you're now accusing the other person of inappropriate behavior towards you, or sexual doing things that you didn't consent to doing. So all I'm saying is that to the young people, to the adult people, always seek consent. However you're gonna ask for it clearly, so that you can hear it clearly, so you're both conscious of what's about to happen. In as much as, yes, I would like my man to just take over, but always ask, because there's been husbands that have been accused of raping their own wives. So all I'm saying is that for you to enjoy a great sex life, you need to always seek consent. So that's gonna be my advice. So those are my 6 questions. They're not harsh, they're not hard. I believe that intimacy should be between 2 people. There's so many different levels of relationships that are going on these days. I'm not one who's open to those, because I'm very selfish. I like my man to myself, and he has to be a man, and I like that connection. I want what's mine to be mine. I want to know that when he's walking around, he's not community property. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all to say is that thank you for watching, and I hope this advice and all these points on how to do everything safely, you're all gonna take it home. Mind you, I'm not giving you a law on how old you are. These are all my opinions, and I'll respect yours in the comment section below. If you like it, subscribe, and if you don't, still subscribe anyway, so that you can tell me about myself, which is all right. I'm entitled, but respectfully. And also follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll put on the links down in the description below. And until next time, thank you.